everyone. Welcome back. Today on the LGBTQ Success Syndicate, we are joined by my friend, Mr. Adam Bucci's in studio with me. He's the founder and creative force and principal designer behind Small Town Weirdo, a Los Angeles-based apparel and pop culture design company that celebrates individual expression, queerness, and the underdog spirit with all sorts of cool hand-painted denim jackets, apparel, and accessories. What began as an artistic pivot during the pandemic has grown into a dynamic brand rooted in horror and pop culture aesthetics, with collections spanning from custom jackets, tees, stickers, and a dedicated pride collection that resonates deeply with the queer identity and fandom culture. Adam's work attracted attention from celebrity clients and has been featured in productions and in collaborations that bridge independent artistry with mainstream visibility, all while maintaining a core message of confidence, community, and creative self-expression. I'm so excited to have my friend on the show. Please welcome Mr. Adam Bucci. How are you, sir?
Hey, how are you?
I am doing pretty good. I'm so excited that you were able to find some time besides being a business owner and actor and producer and dog dad and husband that you squeezed 5 minutes in. I'm pretty happy. Thank you, my
My
friend.
pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
How's everything in beautiful downtown Hollywood, California? Anything new and exciting?
Same old, sunny, crazy neighbors, the usual.
I hear you. Well, I'm so excited. Adam has been a online friend of mine, him and his husband for, I think, over 8 years now. We've got to meet in person, maybe one time when you were shoving me some donations. Thanks again for that.
Thank you.
But we've been having a great online relationship for the past 8 years. And I just appreciate everything you and your husband do. So this is kind of exciting. I remember when this started during the pandemic, and it has really taken on a life of its own, this new business. I mean, from acting and producing to now having this, as the kids say, side hustle. How has this journey been for you?
Exhausting. No, I was kidding. No, it's been really fulfilling, and I'm super grateful. I have so much support behind it and behind uh just behind me and the company, and so many people support Adam, and what we do together are separate. So none of this would happen without like support in so many ways. But yeah, it's an everyday grind. So it has taken a life of its own in a way, but um like I don't know what's next. Like it's just like acting. I don't know what's next. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. So it's a side hustle in the sense that I'm juggling acting and self small business and producing all the things, but it's almost an everyday hustle, like it's almost like a full-time job basically, because I have to keep the momentum alive and create things, and whether it's social media or actual physical paintings or designs, and I'm the only one behind it in terms of the creative. So as much as I have so much help in other areas, it's a lot. It excites me. It keeps me going. It's just, yeah, it's a whole job. So side hustle, but full time.
I
Yeah,
gotcha. And plus, like we said, it's artistic as well, and you do all this painting yourself, so it can take anywhere from a couple of days to a couple of weeks to get these things down. I've seen you kind of posted your process online, and it's not as simple, let's do a stencil on a jacket. You are creating these things from scratch. What is your artistic background? Where did that come from? Is it natural? Has it been trained at all, or how's that come to you?
God given. No, I'm kidding. Uh, no, but all kidding aside, growing up, I remember drawing on everything. Like my earliest memories were flipping over paper plates, and like when restaurants. I'm from Jersey, where there's a diner every 5 minutes, so like everyone always had like those paper placemats, the waitress would put down, and so I would always just ask for crayons and draw on everything, and copy the I remember copying the artwork on the walls. There was a Howard Johnson's. I don't think they exist anymore. And there was like modern art on the walls. And I remember like vividly being with my grandparents. I was little, and I was recreating, like while eating dinner, like recreating the paintings on the walls. So I've always been artistic. I was going to go to art school for college. I was kind of building a portfolio in high school, but then I got into musical theater, and that kind of took over as far as feeling like that was my outlet, my passion. It unleashed something in me that at the time I really needed that, and gave me confidence where I didn't have it. And art kind of took a back seat, visual art. So I went to college for theater, and I just did it as a hobby. I doodled, as I called it, wherever on anything. But I never took art classes at school except for high school. But I just was focusing on theater, musical theater, and singing and dancing, and that was my college experience. And I don't regret any of it. But looking back, I really did miss out on some amazing art opportunities just in terms of like classes. And it was such a great art school. Muhlenberg College I went to in Pennsylvania. So yeah, it took like when I moved to LA in 2008, um, I kind of went back to art a little bit as more of a hobby again, like just like therapeutic. I was just doing it for me. And then again, it just always was a thing in the background. Like here and there, I would make a painting on canvas, and but I never really brought it back into my life until right before COVID, when I started painting on fabric just for fun and also as a side thing, waiting tables was my gig. And when COVID hit, that's when I was like, I want to invest in supplies and really, I had this vision of like using my love of pop culture and film and cinema. And yes, horror is like horror. I'm from Jersey. Sorry, I say it weird. Horror is like our favorite genre around here, but I love all film. But that's really what kind of put me on the map as far as getting jackets on people from horror movies, and that's been really exciting. So it's definitely a horror centered kind of focus, but I like to keep it quirky and weird. Small Town Weirdo is the name, so I can have room to kind of explore outside of the horror world when I want.
I love that. And especially, I mean, during the pandemic of it all, of course, you're an actor, producer, and that dries up for quite a long time there. So this is a great way to use that creativity you have and talk about the weirdness of it all, the underdog. I mean, how do you define weirdo in the context of your brand? And why is that such an empowering message for LGBTQ entrepreneurs and artists?
Yeah, I mean, I really find it empowering to have weirdo across my chest on one of my shirts or sweatshirts and walk proudly around. And same with like the final boy, final girl, final queer shirts. Like I remember I did an interview early on when I started this, around COVID time. And someone actually put it into words that I didn't, I just, it was like perfect how they said it. And they said, you're giving beauty to words that cause so much fear and anxiety growing up. Like I I came out later in life. I came out when I was 28. Um, and that's when I met Adam, my husband Adam. And so, I would have never worn a shirt that said weirdo across it or queer or anything that was bold in color, honestly, like vibrant. Like I was just so aware of any attention being put on me that was not um like normal. Like I was in the closet, but I didn't really know. Like it was like that whole journey of I didn't know until it happened. I had girlfriends growing up. I just felt different, but didn't know how to explain it. And anything that would draw attention to being different, whether it was wearing a piece of clothing that was like fashionable or anything that would like hint anybody to think I was different, I wouldn't wear it. I wouldn't do it. So I really was like in a shell, and I didn't realize it at the time. So creating all this merch and product that celebrates uniqueness and like a survivor and just being weird and fun. Like that's my definition of it is like creative and confident. And those are things I was always creative, but I was never confident. So this has brought a whole new level of confidence to me as a person. And when I see people buy my stuff and wear it and proudly wear it and wear it at Pride and wear it wherever and gay, straight, whatever, and I hear them say, "Oh, I went to Dunkin' Donuts," and the barista was like, "Oh my god, I love your shirt. Like, where'd you get that?" Like the weirdo. It's just a bold statement, and I think having that on people of all different backgrounds is really wonderful to see because it's not like weirdos like in high school like there were the goth kids and the this kids and the theater kids.
Right.
Like we're all weirdos. Like maybe in high school I would have called the band people weirdo, like weirdos, but like honestly we're all weirdos in our own way, and we all have things that make us different and unique, and I'm just trying to embrace that and Now when I hear the word weirdo, like, it could be used in a bad way, of course, like, or like a judgy way, but like I'm so sensitive to it now because when I hear it, I'm like, it's not a bad word. Like it should be celebrated. So yeah, that's the long-winded, long answer, but it's just bringing confidence to the customer and it helps me gain confidence as well.
No, I love it, and I think, weirdo is now some people's superpowers, right? Being
Yeah, that's
different,
what I say.
being able to express themselves, I think it has an entirely different connotation these days,
Mhm.
and I love that you owned it so early, and I think even your final queer line took a couple years to evolve too, right? You kinda started with the horror that was safe, but really kind of embracing that identity,
Yeah.
and it always kinda had that background, but what was it like that first year during Pride when you decided to bring out that line?
Yeah, like I never thought out to make a queer brand, but I or like one that was so focused on the LGBTQ community, but I was never going to shy away from being a queer creator. I just was like, went for the final girl, final boy, horror tropes. But the more and more I was doing that, and there's such a huge queer community that love horror, it's really intertwined, it's like really
Yeah.
intertwined. And meeting them at conventions and stuff, people would say, you should do like a final them or a final they or a final queer. Like, and it was always in my head. And honestly, it always came down to like, can I afford to, like, it's so expensive to make a new design and have it printed and not know who really is going to buy it. And how, like, I have so much merch in my closet in my apartment right now, just because I have to have that available. So I've always wanted to do it sooner, but it came down to a cost thing for me. Like let's slow my roll. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. And then I used Pride as a way to launch some more designs, and it was a hit. And even like if it doesn't say queer, I have like the rainbow variant of the boy and girl. Like a little wink to like Pride and the community, and those are a huge hit. So I'll never stop making those that are loved by the community. And now I really lean into it. I really fully embrace making things that are going to be enjoyed, not just for the LGBTQ community, but everybody, like allies as well. I think we all can rock it and celebrate.
I think that's a goal we've had all along, right? Not just for LGBT acceptance, but just kind of be there, right? Whether you're any type of community, we want to feel a belonging of some kind.
Mhm.
How were you able to tie, I mean, do a kind of a dance maybe between commercial growth and maintaining the authenticity of your own artistic vision? I mean, is it scary sometimes to think, do I have to do this to sell XYZ or am I doing it for my actual vision? Do you ever have conversations with yourself about that?
I mean, yes, I mean, most recently with the crazy popularity of heated rivalry, I was like, everyone's like, you got to, a part of the pop culture of the business and what my vision is. I want to be relevant as well. Even if it's painting a jacket for like a big movie coming out, I may not have someone wearing it, but for social media, it'd be great to show me making something so it's relevant and what's going on in the world. But it's just a lot of time and like quick, like making things and like not sleeping. So yeah, there are times where I'm like, okay, heated rivalry. It doesn't really fit with my brand, but the community is behind, it's a huge gay community and LGBTQ community, and there's got to be a way I can like factor it into what I'm doing with pop culture. And I think if I come at everything, and they're not always great, like it's hit or miss. Like I made one design recently for it, and I was like, okay, maybe that's missing the mark. Let me try something else. And I think as long as it comes from a sincere place and like I like making like little cheeky, fun, kind of sarcastic comments. I think keeping that a thing where like the shirt now is I'm a hockey fan, like hockey fan. If you know, you know. Like it's just like cute winks to things in pop culture, um, and that's what I'm all about. So yeah, there are times where I'm like, oh, I don't know if it fits the brand, but I got to try it. I do stress out thinking like I'm missing out on an opportunity if I don't jump on this bandwagon. It's just trial and error, honestly. Like it definitely keeps me up at night and gets me up early trying to think of like creative ways to stay relevant, keep the momentum going. Um, Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Um, yeah. So there's no like clear answer.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it's got to be what you never know I mean, pop culture is so here and now, right? It changes so quickly. So you can't like get lots of stock of product of something for something that might burn out in 2 weeks
Yeah, I
or
think that's what
might be going on for 6 months, right?
yeah, so
So it's
I
really tough.
first and foremost, I think about the style of it and the color and the fashion aspect. Like, yeah, it's just a t-shirt, but if it's a nice enough shirt and a cool enough design, that you're not gonna find in like, a stiff shirt on the boardwalk somewhere or a convention, then I think it can last longer. There are shirts that I made for certain movies that I made sure that it was on a nice quality shirt and you can wear on the red carpet or you can wear it at the grocery store. So like if it's a nice enough shirt, you're gonna keep
Right.
wearing it. So I'm not trying to like put stuff out there that's like quick heat rivalries on. Let's make a quick cheap shirt and then it's like stiff as a board. You can wear it one day and then you can throw it out or give it to Goodwill. Like that's not my goal. Like I want it to be something that people want to
Right.
wear longer than the time that that thing is out in the world because it's a good quality shirt or good quality design. Again, trial and error. Um, like I didn't go to sleep in this, but I wore this last night to the Strangers 3 premiere. I got invited. I got to work on the first two chapters with marketing, with my jackets and everything. And so they had like a special screening premiere last night. So I wore the shirt I made for them for chapter one, and you dressed it up, wear it on the carpet, and like that's my goal is to like be able to wear designs and dress them up, dress them down, um, and just feel like a confidence, cool factor in them.
I absolutely love that. And what have been some of your pivotal moments more turning Small Town Weirdos business growth from just being custom painted jackets and doing these designs for yourself to some merchandise offering? I mean, you had Jamie Lee Curtis during the Halloween series wear and everything. What points to you have kind of made you think, well, now I got to kind of up my game to myself? What have you kind of found yourself trying to help your company grow?
Yeah, I mean, every time I'm lucky enough to get something on someone, most of the time they're happy accidents. Always like, oh my god, how am I gonna top this? Like, how am I gonna get? You know what I mean? Like, it really is like all consuming thinking about that. So I've just been very blessed meeting the right people to connect the dots sometimes and make introductions. I really never thought I was going to be doing t-shirts. I thought that once I started doing the jackets and I got them on Matt Bomer and Jack Quaid and Melissa Barrera, I was like, whoa, this is a thing now. But it's also a higher price point, and not everyone can do that. I can't do that, so uh, that's when I was. And they take so long that I was like, I would love to create something that is just a simple design. It's just my handwriting, celebrating my love of horror, and that's where the final girl came out of. I wasn't looking to reinvent the wheel, or I just wanted to do a fun, simple design, effective on a nice shirt. And Judy Greer picked up some, and because she was introduced to me, and she gave them to Jamie Lee Curtis on set. Did not know what was going to happen with it, and it just appeared on Instagram. And Adam, my husband, woke me up like, "Jamie Lee's wearing your shirt." Like that. That started the whole like light bulb. Like, oh, I need to make merch, t-shirts, and like get these on people. And then Final Boy came out, Final Queer, like so. My goal now has been like, and it's kind of working, but it's hard as hell to get it to people. Is to get the Scream Queens and the Final Girls and the Final Boys and get them to them, have them post in it, because that really is helping me so much to like tell the fans like you can get a Final Girl shirt somewhere else. Sure, they exist, but like if you want the one that Jamie Lee has or the one that Jennifer Love Hewitt has on, like I've been blessed enough to have them wear it, so like that's the one to get. Like I'm not trying to brag. I just think it's like it's so I'm such a fanboy in the genre, so like it's a pinch me kind of thing when I see them wearing it, and I'm just trying to use that to help, you know, build the business. And I don't know, it's again, I'm so like every day I'm thinking of something new, and it's hard. Like Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox don't have one. That would be a good dream to like complete that like iconic, final girl foursome of Jamie Lee, Jennifer Love, Nev, and Courtney. So like, will they get one for Scream 7? Will someone see my post and be like, "Oh, I know someone that knows them. I'll get them." Like that's my like. It's
Right.
just a fun goal to have, and I think the people that have followed me throughout this journey, I think they feel my passion for it and my and we share a shared like love of the films. So I think it's fun to
Right.
see these things actually happen. And it's not, again, not me bragging like look who has my shirt. It's just like a shared experience. I feel like with the people that follow me, and I feel that support. So that's when I post things like help me repost this and let's get a shirt on Nev. Like it's a team effort. It really is, and it's just exciting. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I love that. Well, let's talk about real world business for a couple of seconds. I mean, a lot of us, especially in the creative, when you're building something creative like you're doing with this artwork, a lot of us have like an imposter syndrome. Like, are we looking at how am I going to price this? It's going to be a fair price to people, but not undervalue ourselves. A lot of us tend to undervalue ourselves a lot. And now you have pieces that go from $300 to $3,000. How are you able to do that mentally in yourself and kind of get your worth out of it? How are you able to keep your self-worth and not have that imposter syndrome go through you like a lot of business owners
Well,
do?
I have that all the time. Imposter syndrome for everything I do. So now, because you can see so much online of what other people around the world are doing, and you compare yourself, and like, I'm not the only one painting on jackets. I'm not the only horror fan that creates merch. Like, you go to a convention, there's hundreds of vendors that are doing things that are similar but different, and you're just like always comparing. And um, so that's not going to stop. But if I didn't have support from people and telling me this should be this much, you deserve more than this, or like you got to sell it for this, like are you kidding? Like that took a few years to like it's been 4 years or so that I could say the business is like rocking and rolling, but it took a while. Like I was doing things for free at first. I was doing things for very cheap, and I was exhausted. Like, when I was not being able to support myself with the sales that I had, like I realized I had to raise things. And when I knew someone
Right.
was gonna buy something at a certain level, I knew the customer was out there. So it was just like a slow build and finding where the sweet spot was, what people are willing to pay, what do I deserve, for 80 hours of painting. That's a lot of time. And I completely respect people that can't do it. But yeah, I'm at a place now where I know what I'm worth, but it's also a harder sell. So
Yeah.
that's why I think having like merchandise and t-shirts and other things at the same time, it helps keep everything going because there's price points at different levels. But that's a lot to
Well,
like
I think it's
balance.
smart too how you Yeah, exactly. And I think it's smart how you kind of branched out from these hand painted jackets to stickers. So there's a price point for everybody that wants a piece of this kind of work and get to be part of the fandom. So I really like how you've branched out your merchandise that way.
Thanks.
What strategies have you found to be really effective in your marketing brand with both niche and broader communities? I mean, like we talked a little bit about having people wear it is obviously a huge boost, but social media is so tricky these days. If you don't catch someone in the first 3 seconds, I mean, it's just basically a quick shot in the dark. How are you finding these customers, and what is your best way you finding to market these days?
Well, Instagram's really been the blessing and the curse of it all. It's given me every opportunity so far in terms of connecting to people and connecting to customers. I am not an influencer. I don't know how to use TikTok, but I am in that world now where I'm getting lumped into what people expect of internet internet personality in a way. So like I've learned over time, like, you know, as an actor, and the life that me and Adam have, like, we have an interesting life, and it's just not like our sisters and brothers, they get it, but they'll never understand what we do day to day. Just as artists in general, if people respond to seeing that kind of lifestyle online, like just what we're up to, what we're creating, we're hustling. So I've kind of used a lot of that with my artwork and showing like how I create things, the events that I get to go to, like, but now I'm expected to create like a reel or like some kind of TikTok to show what happened last night at the strangers. Like I enjoy it, but that's also like another full-time job editing all that stuff. So I'm now really in that world, and that's what I need to do to get more traction. So I'm really splitting my time between the social media and like the editing of the reels, with the creating, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work and a lot of time. So, but I need to keep doing that to create more, get more followers, customers, sales. So it's all feeding each other. Um, yeah, but it's hit or miss. Like I had
Right.
no TikTok presence at all, and then I got to do that. I know which did last summer campaign with Sony, and I got to make jackets for the cast, and then I got to do my first like press kind of junket thing with them, where they got to pick out their jacket, and it was all on camera, and I had to edit a bunch of reels for Sony, and those videos that I posted to TikTok out of nowhere got like 1.9 million views, and I went from having like 300 followers and like a few hundred likes to like it just skyrocketed overnight. But now I can't figure out how to recreate that because it was just such a I don't the algorithms, I don't get any of it. So that was like, holy shit, like it's like that people can like see your stuff and it blows up. So this summer was insanely busy because of all that. It helped my sales so much. I was nonstop, and I don't know how to recreate that like social media viral thing. So it's just you just don't know. I don't know.
Well, and also it seems to me from the outside, I mean, you and your husband Adam are probably two of the best liked people in show business. I mean, you're
You
very
sweet.
authentic, you're very real. But Adam Huss seems to be the one. He doesn't mind sharing everything and bring on the camera. For an actor and producer, you're a little more camera shy, right?
Me?
It doesn't seem like you like to put yourself out there quite as much unless you're actually working in a project. Is that just my perception, or is that a little
Yeah,
bit of truth behind it?
probably. I mean, how do I explain it? I'm I'm so exhausted all the time because of the painting and the like you can't see my apartment right now, but like and it's pretty cleaned up, but like my supplies and like workstation, it's just it's grueling. And half the time I do not want to be on camera because even right now I look tired. Like you're gonna have to put a filter over this whole thing. And I think that's why it's a lot of work to like be on camera and feel confident and like so yeah, it's hard to wanna be on camera while I'm creating stuff because 'cause I'm, like, in my pajamas, I'm in s like, maybe people wanna see that, sure, but, I yeah, I mean, Adam, my husband, is always in great shape, he's always working on projects, like, he's just, like, in a different he's on set, hair and makeup, like, I'm not no one's doing hair and makeup on me when I'm doing these I mean,
Right, that's true
Adam
too.
looks good no matter what, but I need a hair and makeup
He
team.
does have the professional zhuzhing behind him. You're right. I don't
No,
think
he
about
always
that
looks
part.
great. I
Exactly.
would need a whole crew to make me look camera ready sometimes. So, yeah, it's just a hard balance to f you know, I I'm building a brand to create confidence, but sometimes I'm not confident. I've
Right.
used these events and certain things to, like, get out there more, and it's forcing me in front of the camera more and doing these reels. I have to be on camera more, because I noticed that, like, if I'm coming from a sincere and genuine place and vulnerable place, even if I'm not feeling my best, like, I'll put I put that I feel like I put out stuff more than Adam Huss in terms of that, like, not that I'm putting my
Huh.
private life out
Yeah.
there, but, like, it's kind of the world we're in now. People wanna see what you're doing and behind the scenes, and I am after Adam a lot, like, we need to put more behind the scenes stuff of our producing and all because people wanna see that grind and that hustle because I think it people respect that, so, yeah. Some days I do not wanna be on camera, some days I'm, like, all for it.
Well, well said, my friend. Talk about, I mean, from your perspective, how can we as LGBTQ business owners or just business owners in general support one another in amplifying our visibility and economic opportunities? I mean, you're very good on your website about looking for collaborations and things like that. How do you think we should be supporting each other? And have you had any of those kind of moments where you've really been able to feel that with other people, or how when you reach out to other people, does that work?
I mean, I have people have been so I don't wanna say fans because I feel like they're peers, the people that follow me, we just all love the same things, and that's the thing, trying to find things in common, and then I hope to bring a design like, I'll ask customers that I've gotten to know over the years, like, I'll DM them privately and be like, "Hey, do you like this design? Like, do you think this would work?" Like, because I trust the people that are following me to tell me what they like. That's the kind of relationship I want to have with my customers. So, like, I feel like I'm getting great support from the queer community, straight community, like everybody. Like, people are just very vocal and supportive. Sometimes I like, if I do a donation fundraiser thing to like be able to go to a convention, like I'm small potatoes still. Like I'm a small business. All my money's going to supplies. Like sometimes I feel cringe if I'm asking for money to be like, help, send me to this convention. And like I'll ask people, is this stupid? Should I not do this? Like I don't want to be that guy. They're like, no, we want to support you. So I'm always reaching out to people that follow me, like kind of, here and there being like, do you respect this? Do you like this? Like, is this representing the company okay? Like, am I asking too much of people? And I'm always getting feedback from people like, keep going, do it, we support you. So again, trial and error, trying to find my place in all this. I can't do it alone. That is 100% for sure. So if I ask for help, I'm trying to be from a genuine, sincere place. Like, if you like what I'm doing, help me get to the XYZ, like, and if you can't, that's okay too. Just wear my shirt. And as far as like, and then there's the higher end things that I'm doing, like collaborations with studios. I've been so lucky with some of those, but it's like pulling teeth trying to get people to notice you and what you're doing. I have so much respect for marketing teams and people that are working 24/7 on these studios and trying to like pull everything together. But I will make a blanket statement, general statement, that I just feel like if people listen to the fans more and what the fans want, I think it would
Mhm.
behoove them to hire small business people and people that are really integrated into the community to help create these bigger scale things because I think it would just look so much better.
Well said. Well, we got to start wrapping up, Adam. Let's talk about looking ahead. What are some of maybe your most ambitious goals for Small Town Weirdo? And what advice would you offer fellow LGBTQ entrepreneurs who are just starting out or starting to scale something creatively like you're doing?
My advice to others. And what's my biggest like goal? Is that kind of what you said?
Yeah, goals for your own business. And what do you recommend to other businesses just starting out that are doing some type of creative business like you are?
I'd say some of my bigger goals are I need help in terms of like behind the scenes help, business strategy, and I'm slowly making changes, bringing people to help me like a PR person and I would love to get things in a store of some sort, like a small store, like a local store in LA, even like where my stuff is kind of out there. I've heard a lot of people asking about, would you ever do like a runway show with your jackets and like some kind of that'd be amazing. I would definitely need help with that as far as like how all that works. But yeah, I think just getting things out there more and being a part of more studio film kind of marketing things. That's really what I always envisioned for Small Town Weirdo is to kind of be a presence in the cinema and fashion world and always keeping the acting life alive in it too, whether it's something I'm a part of, I get to bring Small Town Weirdo into it, or if it's just me getting to go to events and wearing my stuff to kind of promote. Yeah, it's just it's nothing's like I don't have a clear idea. It's just because everything's changing so fast, but I think the presence of it needs to be upped and whatever that means. So
I
I need a
gotcha. I
nap.
appreciate that. And I think you're right. I think that's why I created the entire LGBTQ Success Syndicate is to get those kind of connection with people that can help you do that. I mean, I know where you live. You're not too many far blocks off from Melrose there and all those cute little designer shops. So people that can get you into those things or something or know how to market to that. It's great to have people that know those different niches, right? And kind of help each other with what our own shortcomings are. So I absolutely love
Yeah,
that. I do want to kind of put up, if I can here, your website. You have a fantastic
thank
website.
you.
So let's see if I can put this up here for us. But there's Jamie Lee there and everything, and you have uh, some great aspects there. Jennifer Love Hewitt, who brought it on Good Morning America. Like you said, trying to be current with Wicked and with your hockey stuff. I just think you're really doing it right, my friend. I want to commend you
Thank you.
for doing such great work. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And I'm always like if people hit me up on Instagram, I see your messages. I'm always open to ideas and like you said, collaborations and just like requests from fans. I always get like you should do this, and I always keep it on the in the back burner. But yeah, I'm a one man band, so I'm trying to tackle it all and always want to improve. So I'm always open to hear what people think.
Well, remind everyone where the address of the website is, where they can find that, and where they can find you on social media, my
Yeah,
friend.
smalltownweirdo.com and smalltown_weirdo is my Instagram handle. In the bio there, you can see all those other sites too, like all the things I have. And yeah, I mean, Adam and I have a lot going on. We're producing films. We have Small Town Weirdo. We're doing our own things as actors. So we're always busy. We're always hustling. Doesn't mean we're making money. um, and that's the grind is we're always busy, but not always working for money. So uh, we're busy and appreciate all the support. And if it's not monetary support, sharing, reposting, that goes very far to help us.
Well, I appreciate you, my friend, especially you giving back. Like I said, the one time we did meet, you were kind enough to donate quite a few little things to my auction for the Palm Springs Pride Center. We raised
Nice.
$3,000, so thank you for that. We're gonna have to get you in the Success Syndicate sometime so people can ask you questions, maybe offer some advice sometime. That'd be
Yeah, I'd
great
be
to have
down.
you in
Yeah,
house.
thank you. I would love that.
All right, well, stay on the line for me, Adam. Guys, we appreciate you tuning in. We are the LGBTQ Success Syndicate. You can find us on the school platform, and we will talk to you next time with another great mover and shaker in the LGBTQ business world. Have a great day, everyone, and talk to you soon.